Hi, this is weekly update for Mr. Fix's science class for the week of Friday, January 21st. Okay, I want to emphasize to everybody that the slide decks for each lesson and the video overview is very important for students who are absent at home or maybe need another look at it, are available to look at so that they get all the details that are needed to do all the activities in each lesson. So if students are just clicking on the links to each activity, they're not getting the context, the full details that goes on in each activity that goes along with that lesson. Alright, so this week we did lesson 1.6, Identifying Reddish-Brown Substances. And let's actually take a look at the activity that I graded, Identifying the Reddish-Brown Substance. So students already made observations of the pipe fertilizer and the reddish-brown substance. Again, if their people are absent, I have a picture right here showing those materials that we observed in class. So they looked at the items at the macro scale with their own eyes, and they need to really focus on the colors of each of the substances. And then they looked at the materials at the, or the substances at the atomic scale. And this is the atomic scale right here. What atom groups make up each substance? Alright, so they had to use this as evidence in their explanation to identify the substance, the reddish-brown substance. Alright, so we did that on Monday. And they wrote an argument stating their claim about the identity of the reddish-brown substance. They had to use evidence from both the observations of the atomic scale models and the macro scale, and use vocabulary words that they've learned. So we did that on Monday, and then we did lesson activity 2.1 when we started it. We did the warm-up investigation of substances and how they change. And again, I want to emphasize that we also added key concepts to page 18 and 19 of vocabulary. So let's take a look at that. So when you get here, you click on that link to get to the key concepts. And so very important, students copy this down in class and outside of class if they're absent. And same thing with the vocabulary terms. Very important that you get that down, because these are the things they need to know for the assessment. Alright, then on Thursday, we went over and did revisions on 1.63, and let's take a look at that. So they had to check to see, and I gave them feedback, they had to use the feedback and double check that they included these things, these specific things in their argument. They had to have these things. And I also provide an example that they can take a look at. And this gives an example of how it should have been done. So it gives the topic sentence, the claim, with the statement of what the reddish-brown substance actually is, different key concepts, and the observations from the looking at the materials, the substances, and the atom groups. So that was all in there. And so they had in-class time to revise and make their resubmissions to get further feedback, and so that was at a 10-point assignment. Then we finished the rest of lesson 2.1, and then on Friday we did lesson 2.2, explaining chemical reactions. Alright, so that's what basically we did this week. Hope you have a good weekend. Bye-bye.